From the sports desk, the Africa World Cup qualifiers are intensifying. Bafana Bafana are hosting Ethiopia in tonight's World Cup qualifier. That's the return fixture. And this will also be the first sporting event in the country to have spectators since the hard lockdown 18 months ago. That's March of 2020. Now, for more on this story, we're now joined by our sports reporter, Tshepo Thobane, who is at the FNB Stadium. Good evening to you, Tshepo. So, we've been hearing from Arthur about the atmosphere outside and the fans making their way in and how great that is. What's the atmosphere inside?
Hello, Morena. In fact, if you can just look behind me, supporters are still coming into the stadium, of course, making sure that they are going to watch that game between Bafana Bafana and Ethiopia. It's a big game, Morena. I mean, the fact that it's only 2,000 spectators allowed, vaccinated spectators allowed for this game, it does not make the atmosphere any more less than it should be. I mean, the supporters that we spoke to, you saw from Arthur, they are excited. Even the ones that we spoke to inside at the stadium, in the stands, they are also excited. What a match to make sure that the return of South African fans are back in the stadiums. I mean, it's a massive match for Bafana Bafana. For obvious reasons, it's a World Cup qualifier. It's a match that Bafana Bafana have to win. It's a must-win encounter, Morel.
Tshepo, talk to us about Hugo Bross's starting 11. He's made some changes, and one of the names there is one of the reasons why we won that game against Ethiopia at the weekend comfortably.
I mean, looking at the starting lineup, of course, Ronan Williams retains there as the goalkeeping department as the captain. I mean, you look at the centre backs, Mamelodi Sundowns defender Roshen Teruk is still there alongside Israel-based Sianda Kulu. And you look at on the right-hand side, there's Nico Mobi of Mamelodi Sundowns. Cape Town City's Terence Mashiho makes his second start into the team after that great game he had over the weekend. I mean, in the heart of midfield, it is SuperSport United, Tebo Homukwena, which a lot will be relied on him after, of course, he scored in that game against Ethiopia away. Of course, he's going to be playing against Kaizer Chiefs midfielder Njabulo Ngobo, who also makes a start alongside Tebo Homukwena, and also TS Galaxy's midfielder Ethan Brooks. And on the wings, Hugo Bross has decided to go with Victor Letswalo and Bonguhle on the left-hand side of the squad. And of course, up front, the man that scored the final goal against Ethiopia, that is Baroka FC striker Evidence Mahopa, is also starting. A lot will be expected from him, especially looking at the fact that now the tables have turned, literally, because you look at Group G, South Africa, before the start of this afternoon, they were top of the log, but now they are second after Ghana managed to beat Zimbabwe. So Bafana Bafana are 2 points behind Ghana, so it's a must-win for South Africa, Morena. It's to ensure that you go into the last two games, making sure that you are top of the log and manage to finish the job.
Tshepo, you have actually jumped onto my next question, which is the permutations of Group G. Ghana, of course, 4 games later are now sitting 9 points. We, with our third game, only 3 games in, are sitting 7 points in. The importance of winning today's game and ensuring that we are still sitting at the top of the group. But Hugo Bross said 6 points with Ethiopia and nothing less. So today's 3 points are vital, are they not?
Morena, they are so vital, but what I like is the fact that it is in our hands. Bafana Bafana have to do the job on their own. The way they've managed to do, I mean, we must commend Coach Hugo Bross, who has managed to transform the side in a space of a month. I mean, you look at his stats, playing 3 games, winning 2, and only managing 1 draw. So he has just to continue to make sure that it is in our hands. By that, it means that we have to beat Ethiopia, and not only beat them, but by a number of goals. Goals are important in these qualifiers, because at the end of the day, they might decide who goes through to the World Cup and who does not go through to the World Cup. We scored 3 away when we played in Ethiopia. Of course, in a bumpy pitch, the conditions were terrible. But now they come to South Africa, a beautiful FNB stadium, the pitch perfect. So we expect that our players are going to make sure that they play their normal game and ensure that they score as many goals as possible. Goals are important in tonight's encounter.
All right, Tshepo, thank you very much. You've got 10 minutes to get yourself nicely seated so you can watch what is going to be essentially a very exciting World Cup qualifier. That is our reporter, Tshepo Thobane. Of course, he's going to be bringing us a report when you wake up tomorrow morning. Hopefully, good news that he'll be bringing us that Bafana Bafana would have beaten Ethiopia and returned to the top of Group G and continue to get closer to booking their ticket to Qatar next year.